Hello, audience. My name is Dawson. His name is Justin.
Hello.
And welcome back to another movie review. Today is Justin's choice. So, Justin, what do you have in store for us?
So, my movie for today is a nerdy movie of sorts. I think it would be described as a cult classic. And that movie today that we are watching is Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Oh, okay.
So let's get right on into it. And we're back. So we just finished watching Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Dawson, would you please tell us the cast and synopsis?
The synopsis is Scott Pilgrim must defeat his new girlfriend's seven evil exes in order to win her heart. Now, I'm going to name the main two people in this movie Michael Cera as Scott Pilgrim, and then Mary Elizabeth Winstead as Ramona Flowers. Of course, there is tons of other people in this movie, but there's just too many to name. Um, Justin, as the man who picked this movie, you go first.
Um, this movie, I do not know why I did not watch it sooner. It has like the three things I love in it. It has video games, kick-ass music, and Anna Kendrick. It's got the three things I love, and I really should have watched it sooner. And I'm so glad I finally gave it a watch because it was so good. Um, it had a lot of faces in it that I did not expect to see pop up, like
Right.
Brandon Ruth, who is notable as like the Atom, and then Chris Evans, of course, Captain
Yeah.
America, and then also there's like Brie Larson, and so many people popped up that I did not expect to see in this movie because I really didn't know anybody else in this movie besides like Michael Cera and Anna Kendrick, and of
Yeah.
course there's like Aubrey Plaza. There's just so many people in this movie,
Yeah.
and it's just so good. Like I knew the name of their band was the Sex Bob-ombs, which of course is a reference to the Bob-ombs from Mario, and I
Yeah.
think there's also a band called Sex Bombs, but um, it's just so good. Like the opening they basically opened the movie with Zelda music. It's got
Mhm.
everything I love in it. Like the aesthetic of the movie, like all the video game aesthetics to it is perfect. Just everything about this movie was so goddamn good. The story was great. Um, Michael Cera is that character that he kind of always is just that awkward guy.
Yeah.
Um, but he plays that part so well. He just has
Have
that
you
face of being the awkward kid.
have you seen Juno?
I have not, but I know he's in that.
Yeah, he plays basic. Well, I can't say the same character, but like you said, he's definitely he definitely plays who he is.
Hmm.
And in Juno, he's pretty much the same character.
Um, just everything about this movie was just so good in my opinion. Um, I mean, I especially like seeing Chris Evans because he's just a delight of an actor. And just seeing his dope skateboarding tricks was real fun. Um, and then the um the amp battle between the Sex Bombs and the two I want to say
Mm.
Japanese twins.
Yeah.
Um, that was real fun too. This movie just has so many fun moments in it,
Yeah.
and it just all works for me. Um, I can't really think of anything I really disliked about this movie either. It just was just so good, so good. This actually might be up there on my favorite movies now. I have to say. Um,
Really.
yeah, I mean, this movie is just my aesthetic, and my aesthetic is video games. So it just all works for me. Um, what do you think?
I have to say, I absolutely Loved this movie. Justin,
Yeah.
it's one of my new favorite movies.
Yes.
This movie was awesome. I am so pleased with it. Now, I have seen parts of it before, whether it be on TV or what have you, or just in videos, and I was always intrigued by it, but I never sat down and watched it because of all, not the hate I've heard from it, but all the people saying either you'll like it or you'll just kind of be indifferent with it. Like I don't think there's anyone that really hates the movie, but it basically bombed at the box office. It did terribly. And this movie is directed by Edgar Wright, who, if you don't know, is most well known for directing the Three Flavors Cornetto trilogy, which is Dawn or Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and At World's End. And he directed this movie, and you can totally see his aesthetic in this movie. But God, is it fucking awesome! This movie is great. And, it has great characters, has a great story, great aesthetics. The special effects in this movie were really cool. I mean, they weren't the best special effects, but they didn't need the best special effects. Just the way this movie worked and the effects that they added with it, and even the effects of the little boxes popping up telling you who the characters are, or the little one-ups, or the score, or the score boxes, or just whatever little things that pop up throughout this movie they're phenomenal. They're really, really good. Scott Pilgrim, awesome. I love him. I really like Michael Cera. Ramona Flowers, I have a crush on her now. She's really, really cool.
Yeah, she has that thing that I really dig is with chicks with like colorful dyed hair. That's just one of my things I dig. And the fact that she has like 3 or 4 different colors of hair works very well for me.
Knives was really cool. I mean, that's such a
Mhm.
really it's such a badass name for such a small girl. And the band was cool. I would have liked to see more of the band, but
Mhm.
honestly, who the fuck? They played a lot during the movie. They had like 3 or 4 different sets throughout the movie, which was really cool. I really like the battle of the bands between the two twins, and them having the dragon come out, and then I'm guessing it's kind of like a Donkey Kong ripoff, but kind of like a gorilla character,
Mhm.
gorilla beast. That was really, really cool. All the little references and nods to stuff throughout this movie is really, really cool. One thing I really love is when Knives and Scott are playing the kind of Dance Dance Revolution ninja game.
Mhm.
Scott wears a Sharpie shirt, and it's the first time they play it. He wears a Sharpie shirt. Do you know why he wears a Sharpie shirt?
No, I do not.
Because the creator of Scott Pilgrim lines all of his comics with Sharpies.
Dope.
So he's really good with a Sharpie. Really good with a Sharpie. Like, it's really, really hard to be good with a Sharpie because they bleed really easily. If you're not consistent, you'll get weird line. Really, really hard to work with a Sharpie. But the creator Scott Pilgrim does all his line work with Sharpie, and his comics are in black and white. So um, so having really good line work is key. So I love that little reference. All the T-shirts he wore. The Astro Boy T-shirt was really, really cool. He wore an SP shirt, Scott Pilgrim. Um, I really like the Sex Bombs. That was a really cool thing. Um, there's so many funny moments in this movie. The last movie I really laughed at was Fist Fight.
Mhm.
And this one I was chuckling throughout the entire thing. The little drops of comedy in this movie were fantastic. The whole thing with Brandon Routh's character, him being a vegan, him getting his vegan powers taken away,
Oh yeah, psychic vegan powers.
was really fucking funny. Um, just God, this movie was so good, and it's super disappointing to hear that it didn't do so good at the box office. Because I mean, the end of this movie, Justin, was setting up for a sequel.
Mhm.
And seeing that, seeing that we're probably never going to get it. I mean, possibilities with Blu-ray, DVD, all those kind of sales, merchandise sales. Sure, that means that they could make a sequel,
But
but
it's
I feel
also
like
7 years later, and these people don't look
yeah,
the same,
I feel like
except for
it's
maybe
run its
Michael
course.
Cera.
Yeah, I feel like this movie is kind of well, no. They all look
And kind of looks pretty similar.
pretty similar. I mean, they're adults. Besides maybe a little bit of facial hair for Michael Cera. I mean, I think they all look good.
Hmm.
But I mean, who knows? But I mean, this whole movie was setting up for like a continuation, and it continue in 3, 2, 1. The movie cuts
Hmm.
or goes to black. But yeah, the entire movie was so freaking good, and I'm just super super impressed with it. Highly, highly. What was I gonna say? God, I would recommend This movie, I'd recommend the hell out of this movie. For anyone who either likes music, video games, or just like really badass fight scenes. I mean, the fight scenes in this movie were amazing.
Yeah, they were really over the top, but they were great.
There's this whole thing where you see, um, Ramona fighting with Scott. Like actually using his body to
Hmm.
fight, because the whole thing of fighting the seven X's was Scott had to finish them off with his own hands. So when he's fighting the girl, he can't fight a girl. So Ramona takes his hands and just starts fighting the girl with him, and that was awesome. All the costumes, all the sets, all the just everything of this movie was just absolutely fantastic, and it was just really funny, and really good comic book movie, really good video game movie,
Hmm.
and yeah, yeah, Justin, yeah.
It's You don't see movies very often nowadays that are truly like unique, but this movie definitely was.
It's special.
Hmm.
It's a
It
special movie.
definitely deserves its place within nerdom.
Oh yeah.
Any final thoughts before we move on?
Uh, uh, no, this is
Oh,
really good.
yeah.
Just really good. I was trying to think of a reference, but God, I just
So on to ratings and reviews then?
ratings and reviews. Yes,
Ratings, recommendations, whatever we call it.
yes. Let's go.
So as I said, found this movie to be fantastic, and it's definitely up there on my favorite movies list now. So I feel like I can't do anything besides give this movie a 9.5.
And I'm going to second that 9.5.
Do you recommend?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah. Any last ideas about this movie before we wrap it up?
I love the really long pauses that we're having in this video.
I mean, I'm trying to get actual thoughts out instead of saying, "Oh, I love it so much." I want to get actual thoughts out, and that makes me pause.
I have no final thoughts.
Okay, all I just want to say is this movie is absolutely fucking fantastic, and to anybody who hasn't checked it out, I know I just said I recommend it, but you definitely have to check it out. It is just a great movie, and it's definitely worth a watch. But that's pretty much it for us, guys. Let us know down below. What do you think of Scott Pilgrim versus the World? Until next time, guys, we'll see you later.
Bye.